and then blue for the etchant. I think they have different flows, so that's why you don't want to mix them up. And then for this, you just want to add a little bit of water to your pumice. And if you add too much, you can always take a gauze square and like take some out. That might be a little bit much, but because if you did, you just like dip the gauze square in there, and then I don't know if they talked about that, and then they would. Yeah. And then when you're more advanced, you can pumice all the teeth at once. But when you're starting out, you might just want to pumice one tooth and then just do the whole process over and over. And then usually we don't use high power suction in the mouth. I mean, I guess you can, but for this, it'd probably be easier.
It's usually too much of a handful for you to handle the high volume suction.
And then you're usually doing it by yourself unless you get help. So for this, sorry if I'm scaring people. And then after this step, it's really important not to get any saliva, so you want the tooth to be pretty isolated. And so, really isolated tooth, and you want them to be really, really dry.
We'll learn more about the isolation part of it next week when we do the dry run and how you exactly do that.
And so now once it's really dry, you're going to put your etchant on, and that goes on for about 20 seconds. And this just preps the tooth. And I kind of put a generous amount. I hope that's correct. But then with sealants, you're obviously going to try and use, less is more. You just want it to fit in the fits and fissures. And so keeping the patient's tongue away and making sure they don't touch any of this, because it tastes pretty bad. Especially when you're working with kids, you want to leave this on for 20 seconds. And then while it's all isolated, you're going to try your very best. Let it be 20 seconds. Sorry, guys. You want to make sure it's all off there, so do a better job than I'm doing. Alright, and now they need to be really, really dry, and make sure absolutely no saliva touches them. And then you want it to be chalky white. I think they probably told you that maybe. And then once